Hello, my friend. It truly is a gift to sit here with you today. Strange, isn't it? Out of the long mystery of time, here you are, alive, breathing, listening, wondering. A moment ago, you were nowhere at all, and now you find yourself awake inside this moment. Yet deep down, you know this moment won't last forever. That simple truth has always pulled at me, not with fear, but with a gentle, curious fascination. Many people avoid thinking about death as if ignoring it could make it disappear. But the doorway every one of us will eventually walk through is far too important, too mysterious, too beautiful to shrug off. It's the final note in a symphony. Without that final note, the whole song loses meaning. So today, in this talk from @LifeTalks with Experience, we're going to step into a deeper understanding together, a soft but honest walk into the paradox that has shaped every life. Think for a moment about what it would actually feel like to fall asleep and never wake up. People imagine darkness or an empty void or some frightening tunnel. But darkness has meaning only because you've known light. Life has meaning only because you sense its end. A young woman who had been blind since birth once told me she had no idea what darkness was. She had never experienced light, so darkness meant nothing to her. In deep sleep, you don't experience darkness either. You simply slip away quietly and effortlessly. If death is a final sleep, then it isn't a black tunnel. It's the same peaceful state you were in before you were born, a state without fear, without worry, without the idea of you, a vast, gentle nothing. And that nothing isn't frightening because there's no one there left to be afraid. But here's the wonder. That same nothingness gave birth to you once already. It opened your eyes. It moved your breath. If the universe woke up in this form once, who's to say it can't happen again? We've been trained to believe that death is the opposite of life, like two enemies staring each other down. But that's not true. The opposite of birth is death. Life is the entire cycle, the inhale and the exhale. Think about your breath. The inhale isn't fighting the exhale. They depend on each other. One completes the other. The same is true for birth and death. Life is the breathing between them, the music of existence. Watch the ocean for a moment in your mind. A wave rises and falls. Does it die when it falls? Or is it simply returning to where it's always belonged? You are the wave, but more importantly, you are the ocean itself. Your body, your personality, this temporary form is the wave, but the deeper reality of what you are is the ocean expressing itself for a brief and beautiful moment. When a wave falls, the ocean does not end. It simply creates another form, another moment, another expression. When people fear death, they're fearing the end of the wave. They forget they've always been the ocean beneath the movement. Birth and death are two ends of the same stick. They define each other. They make each other meaningful. And when we truly understand that, we stop fighting death and begin to see it as the natural completion of birth. So let me ask you something simple. Where were you before you were born? Go back as far as you can. You weren't anywhere. You weren't lonely or afraid. You simply didn't exist yet. And that absence wasn't painful. It was peaceful because there was no you present to feel anything at all. Before you were born is the same state as after you die. Not darkness, just absence. And out of that absence, something extraordinary happened. You appeared. A pattern of energy formed into you. When you die, that pattern dissolves. The wave falls, but the ocean remains. The energy rearranges. The consciousness behind your eyes returns to its source. If the universe produced you once, nothing stops it from doing it again. Not the same memories or story, but a new awareness, a new window for consciousness to shine through. Death isn't a trip into foreign territory. It's a homecoming. Let's be honest about what truly scares us. It isn't death itself. It's the end of me, the end of the story we've spent our whole lives defending. That fear belongs to the ego, the fragile identity made of your memories, your name, your habits, your history. A useful fiction, but a fiction all the same. A mask worn so long we forget it's a mask. The ego knows it's temporary, so it lives in fear, fear of death, fear of loss, fear of failure. But you are not the ego. You are the awareness behind it. You are the consciousness in which thoughts appear. You are the witness, not the character. Picture sunlight shining through many different windows. Each window reflects the sun in a unique way. But when a window breaks, the sun doesn't stop shining. The sun continues. Your ego is the window. Consciousness is the light. Death breaks the window, but the light continues shining through new forms. And here's the surprising truth. Death is what makes life precious. Without death, life would be flat and empty. Imagine being immortal. After 1,000 years or 1,000,000, everything would repeat until it lost all meaning. Flowers move us because they fade. Moments matter because they pass. A rose that bloomed forever would lose its beauty. Everything you cherish is meaningful because it won't last. Music is beautiful because notes appear and disappear. A song without an ending wouldn't be music, it would be noise. Your life is a song, beginning, middle, end. The ending doesn't ruin the music, it completes it. Death doesn't diminish life, it intensifies it. And here's something you already know. You practice dying every night. When you fall asleep, your ego dissolves. You don't fight it, you welcome it. Death is simply falling asleep without waking in the same body. Your body knows how to die as naturally as it knew how to grow. You don't have to figure it out. When the moment comes, the same intelligence that built you will gently release you. Life is a symphony, and you are a single note within it. Birth begins the note, life sustains it, death completes it, and the music continues through everything. Silence between notes doesn't ruin music, it creates it. Death is part of the rhythm of existence. Energy never disappears, it transforms. And here is the most radical truth of all. Death isn't punishment, it's release. It frees you from the limits of the body, from the weight of survival, from the exhausting effort of defending an identity. Death removes the tight shoes you've worn your whole life, and your being expands back into its natural shape. A caterpillar doesn't die when it becomes a butterfly. It transforms, and so do you. Death is your metamorphosis, from the limited to the unlimited, from wave back into ocean. So here we are, at what looks like an ending, but is really just another turning of the tide. If I've offered you anything today, I hope it's the chance to see death differently, not as a terrifying end, but as a natural transformation. You are not separate from the universe. You are the universe seeing itself through this temporary form. When this form dissolves, the ocean remains. What you truly are, consciousness itself, does not die. The you that dies is the story. The awareness behind the story goes on, finding new expressions, new adventures, new forms. The cosmic dance continues. So live fully. Don't save your real life for later. Love deeply, laugh loudly, feel everything, resist nothing. And when death comes as naturally as evening follows day, don't fight it. Don't cling to a form that has finished its dance. Let go the way you surrendered to sleep. Who you truly are cannot die. The character ends, the consciousness continues. And if this message brought you peace, help it reach someone else. Tap like, share it with a friend who needs comfort, and subscribe to @LifeTalks with Experience so we can continue exploring life, death, and every mystery in between together.